Okay.
Hi everybody, this is G. For those of you that missed the Shawl of Thread Class 2, or those that you want to review it, we had a little faux pas where it didn't actually get recorded. So for those of you that missed it, the class would have been really short, but we just kind of sat around and talked to everybody and had fun. So I'm going to repeat what we said in the class, and then you'll have those steps for the next class that's this Sunday. So this is part 2 of the Shawl of Thread class, and what we were up to at that point was we were supposed to have our fringe done, and I hope you can see that on the here. And so that's part 1 of the class, and most people didn't have it done, so don't worry. Part 2 of the class is after you've sewed your fringe. I'm doing this on a smaller scale since I'm already past this step. Okay, and I hope we don't have a glare. Can you get in here? No. We have with the table out, it's really hard to get the camera boom in here, whatever it's called. Ooh, he made it. Okay. So your fringe is done. The next thing that we're going to do before we put down our grid is we're going to take a marker and we are going to do stippling with our marker. And it's going to be big stippling. It's not going to be small, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to start here. You're going to stay away from the edges, but you're going to do your stippling. Don't do it too small because if you do, you're going to run out of thread. This stippling is for your metallic thread, that opalescence. Okay, so give yourself some stippling. I have it on the bigger scale here, which I think I did a better job, but you can see my stippling. Okay, so you do that before you start doing your grid, and the reason why is if you do it after, you're going to mark your thread and you're going to stain it. It's not going to come out. So we want it to be on the stabilizer. Now, for tricks and tips at this point, you're going to start putting down your grid. This stabilizer is very, very durable. So you can fold it this way and roll it this way so you can get it through your machine easily. You can use binder clips in order to hold it together so you're not dealing with really long lengths of stabilizer. But this is a very forgiving project, so don't worry about bending it or folding it or rolling it or doing whatever, because this is almost like a plastic, okay? So the next point you're going to do is you're going to wax the bed of your machine with turtle wax or some kind of car wax. You're going to put a layer on, stay away from the needle plate. Just do the plastic portion of your machine bed, okay? Let it dry for about 15 minutes, buff it off really good, and that will make your plastic or your stabilizer slide easier. If you find that your foot is grabbing the stabilizer, you might want to try a Teflon foot, or you may even, well, you can't put wax paper over it because you can't see what you're doing. So the next part is you're going to start putting down your grid, okay? And this is, I'm going to measure that out. It's a 1/2 inch grid, okay? And I've started the short way first with my lines, as you can see here. And what I did was with my foot, riding up, we put down a few marked lines before we started just so that we can make sure that got our 1/2 inch. I was a little off here, but don't worry about it. Get your foot running against the next line and position your needle for a 1/2 inch, okay? So you can move your needle back and forth. When you do that, after you've sewn your first line and you've gotten down here, you can actually mirror that stitch. So you can flip it back and forth. So when you come back down, it's going to be the same distance going each way. You're going to get down here, you're going to flip your needle position, and you're going to sew over and come down. So that'll make it very easy. Just mark that, get it the first 2 lines done, and you should be able to measure it with your foot. other than that, go ahead and finish your grid. And the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to actually be putting in the circles in the shawl. And let me grab the shawl really quick if I can find it. We got so much going on here that it's almost comical. I had it sitting right there. And I've misplaced. Oh, here it is over here. Okay. So, after you put your grid down, then we're going to start with our circles. And we're going to add another class, or another film at least, of this technique so that you are not left in the dark. But we're going to do the metallic portion first. And you're just going to do your circles. Can you see the metallic here running through?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're just going to follow that meander line with the metallic thread. We are also going to have that metallic in the bobbin, and we're going to show you how to wind the bobbin if you haven't seen it before with metallic thread, because you have to wind it on flat onto the bobbin. After we do the metallic, then we're going to fill in with our cotton blendable thread. So go ahead and get your grid going. If you don't finish it, don't worry, because none of us are at that point. It's been a really busy season, and hopefully after the new year, unless you're doing this for a Christmas present, if that's the case, contact me personally and we'll go through it. But other than that, we'll finish it together. We will leave no one behind. Let's put it that way. The other thing is when you hear if you're starting to have problems, you might have to change your needle. I sent you a 116 top stitch needle. You can use a 9014 if you want. It's going to rub a little bit. I doubt that you'll have any breakage if you're using a thread director. If you're not, you might, because it'll shred the thread if it's twisted as it's going through the needle. So that's it for now, and I'll see you on Sunday for part 3, and we'll work out from there. If you have any questions, please email me at 2crazygals@stephandgshow.com, and we'll get your questions answered. Thanks. Bye-bye.